How's it going? Do you know I'm muted and I forgot that I hit the live button? Hello and welcome to my so-called life. My name is William, and after all these years, I am still disorganized. I hope everyone is having a great Wednesday evening. I hope it's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? But regardless, welcome to my so-called life. Everyone is welcome here as long as you're into sewing and being peaceful. Let's go sewing. My name is William, and this is my so-called life.
Get the most fun out of life, out of being a mother and wife, with new fashion excitement that's all created by you. On your new Touch and Sew
Sewing machine by Singer.
Touch and Sew.
Another first from Singer.
Be the girl with the golden touch on your new Singer Golden Touch and Sew machine. Dozens of exclusive features, like this new built-in needle threader for the golden slant needle and the push-button bobbin that winds right in the machine. What a wonderful new feeling. You can do all three kinds of sewing: straight, zigzag, and chain stitch.
Touch and Sew, the push-button bobbin way.
Come sew on one at your Singer Center. Choose from 5 Touch and Sew models from $149.95.
What's new for tomorrow
Is at Singer today.
I'll take it from here. I hope everyone's doing well. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Hello. Hello. And I know people ask that question. Is he? Isn't he? Yes. I am the person with the longest intro on YouTube. I hope everyone's doing well. Happy Wednesday. I'm going to get straight to the business part. This program is for entertainment purposes only, and its content is not intended to malign any religion or lack thereof, race, gender, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by my so-called life and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the views of every single human being on planet Earth. If you're having a bad day, if you need an Activia, we have exits on both sides. That's a la izquierda and derecha. Yay, hello. So today I have quite a few things that I'm gonna get to. I'm probably gonna get to. I haven't really decided what I was gonna do. Thinking about adding a hood on an old friend, and I know I said I wasn't gonna put a hood on Monday's project, but it looks great. As I back in here. Yeah, hello. I decided to add just, a tiny modest hood on here. No, you're not. Quit lying. Yeah, hello. Great to see you. You need to go to Hoods Anonymous. Hello, my name is William, and I'm addicted to making giant hoods. They would kick me out. If I walked into a meeting and said that. Oh, but for the record, fabric addiction is real. It is yet another exciting day. I have been up since the crack of dawn. It is the life of a soccer dad. But you know what? For as much as I complain, I wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah, exactly, Mona. It's, just a small little tiny hood that I decided to make. All right, let me check. Wrong button. I don't know what I'm doing. Today has been absolutely crazy. Do I have to take my brace off for this? I do. I've had this on for a while, so this is going to be actually a glorious moment. Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking about making shorts. I'm going to make a complete outfit because behind me, I have yards and yards of outfits, of fabric, but I haven't quite decided what I'm going to make yet. Yay! Hello, Donnell. Great to see you. Yay! Hello. So, I switched mic stands, so I'm gonna have to stand up with this. We're gonna see how this goes. I have all kinds of crazy mic stands in here, and I'm trying to use better equipment, but we'll see how this goes. Yay, let me know if you can still hear me. Hello, everybody. Today has been just running around. My son had a bunch of testing. It's just been driving around my town over and over. And the high school is on one end of the town, which is near my house, but it's on the other end. I drive that area at least 4 to 5 times a day. At least you're using your job. Do you know what's so funny? I absolutely love all the parents at the MMA class, and I've made friends with people, because I'm a talkative human. And I showed someone my YouTube channel today, and the first thing that she said, she was like, in a very courteous way, she was like, "You have a lot of stuff," and I told the truth. I said, "I'm a hoarder." I think it's shocking to people because to me, it's everyday life. When people see me, they have a certain image of me, and then when I show them my YouTube channel, they're like, "Oh, this guy's from Mars. This guy is from Mars." So I can only put this on for a certain amount of time because this is hot. And when I say this is hot, I mean, this does not breathe. So my sweat literally drips down the side of the garment. First rule is admittance. Absolutely. I'll admit to myself that I do need to go to Hoods Anonymous though, but I love the peasant hood. And at this point, it's my signature. And Tweet and I just found each other this year. Oh. Worrying about your image. You really are from No, but I love meeting people. And I always meet, like, I don't know. I always end up meeting extremely nice people. So it's nothing but good times. That's okay. I'm a fabric addict. I can't get enough of it. I have that problem too. Yeah, I do. I even right now when I was on the way home, I was thinking to myself like, "Hey, what am I gonna do this weekend?" And I was like, "You can't go fabric shopping, William. You cannot go fabric shopping. You're gonna look at those hoods 10 years from now and wonder what the hell you were thinking." I was thinking about I can't remember what clothing brand. They have a museum in LA, and I really liked their setup. So I was thinking about just opening up a museum. Hey, Pam. Now, question is, can he get it off? I'm definitely going to turn the screen off for that one. Hold on. Great to see you. Great to see you, Pam. Yay. Hello, hello. That's not a hood. That's a that's a coffee sack. Oh, are we gonna start singing the tally song? All right, let me mess around with this microphone one more time. Perfect. Perfect. Let me move my chair. Behind me on the couch right now is about too many yards. You should have seen the look on the vendor's face because she had this weird fabric for $1 a yard, and I was like, "Oh, can I get 8 yards?" And she just looked at me like, "Are you serious?" There's nothing wrong with being a fabricaholic. Nothing at all. I'm just gonna hold the microphone like this. Now I remember why I got rid of this particular mic stand, but that's okay. So what do you think? This particular hood kind of did stir up a stink from people. What happened is I got really bored, and Alibaba was right. There was a ton of bunching in the front. So I did the best that I could to fix the shoulders, and then I just completely flipped the shirt. Yay, one of these days you'll have to cut that off. Cut off himself, just cut it right up the center. Oh, yay. Hello, hello. I'm telling you, it's making the YouTube shorts have brought back the giant hood because I was taking a vacation from making my giant peasant hoods. And then when I started putting up all my old videos, that's what I love to do. Because deep down inside, I am truly a hobbit. So I love the giant peasant hood. Unlike pants, we don't have to worry about ripping on this one. Don't have a heart attack and nothing. They'll need the jaws of life to get it off of you. So that's what you do. So that's why you do the hoods. You want the I'm part hobbit. Do you know what's so funny? I bet people try to guess my height online, and I wear extremely odd shaped clothes, so it really throws people off. Oh man, that's actually really hot. This stuff does not breathe. This reminds me of my Star Trek uniform. I have an original real 1960s polyester Star Trek uniform. It does not breathe. I mean, literally, when you sweat, you feel it rolling down the shirt. One strong wind and you'll be the flying nun. True story. Because of my job, I've actually met Sally Fields. She's an amazing human. If you get it at the front, you get it at a zipper. Oh, no, that's hilarious. It's because my weight goes up and down so much. Like I need some new blocks. I definitely need to readjust all my a lot of my measurements. Oh, this hood is so huge, it's trying to go down. There we go. Perfect. This is your to-do list for the next couple of days. Get your eye test, get better prescription, go to Hood's Fabric or Sewing Machine Anonymous meeting. That's a tall order. Write a zipper that that would make it more functional. Well, I don't know where I could get a zipper, says the man sitting in a room of zippers. You know, for the longest time, every time I went to Walmart, I would go buy a couple zippers, and I don't even know why. Because I really do not work with zippers. Let's see how big this is. Oh, that's huge. One of these has my zipper addiction in them. And you know, I don't even know why I was buying zippers. If you ever go to Walmart and you're like, why are all the zippers gone? It's because someone like me showed up and purchased them. I have more over here. It's a habit. Yes, zipper would make that. Yes, zipper would make hood to shawl. I've been trying to solve that mystery for a while. The hood is back heavy. It is. It absolutely is. Yeah. Oh, what would make it more functional is making it a functional size in the first place. No way. And I'm working with extremely hot material. I cannot understate how this material does not breathe. Oh, I would buy zippers at the thrift store. Do you know what? In Los Angeles County, from what I've noticed, sewing machines are everywhere, just like any other thrift store, just like anywhere else. But finding sewing accessories is few and far between. That one time that I scored all that serger thread, that was probably the biggest score I ever had at a thrift store in LA County. Every time I go to Vegas, I purchase a bunch of yarn for no reason, thread and all kinds of stuff, but it's just really not here in LA County. Don't get caught out in the rain with that thing either. That hood's gonna catch 100 pounds of water. Here's a top secret hint. They make material that breathes. I live to repurpose things. I do. This chair was actually a coffee table. I'm kidding. It was a barbecue. I am prepping for the icing. I am. You should see people's see, the thing is, like, at my job, people don't react anymore. When I show up to work wearing stuff like that, they're like, good morning, how are you doing? Good morning, what are we doing today? Oh, he doesn't need to save any more fabric than he currently does. Right now I have an embarrassing amount of fabric. I'm actually doing an intervention on myself. I'm not kidding you. This weekend, I am not going to go fabric shopping. I have to stop buying oopsies, says the guy who bought 2 oopsies yesterday. Oh. Okay. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I had to take that. Oh. All right, we're going to have to air this one out for a while. Oh. The only other thing I can compare it to is real old school polyester. I have a lot of my grandfather's and my father's clothes. And one of the reasons I really don't wear a lot of that old school polyester stuff is because it is sweaty even in the winter. He already has enough to sew a set of uniforms for the entire armed forces. Oh, now he'll make chaps. I haven't made chaps in a while. You got to work with your climate, dude. At least make stuff that won't make you sweat 30. It does get cold here in Southern California. Do you see the it gets freezing here in Southern California. And all the people from the Midwest and the East Coast would laugh at me, but when it dips below a certain temperature, full snowsuit. And I'm not even kidding you. Anything 68 and below is winter. I think he wants to sweat off 30 pounds. Oh, the good old days. I should put on a Richard Simmons tape, sweating to the oldies. Like how it gets colder, Southern California doesn't know what cold is. Do you know what, in my craze, because I constantly buy sweatshirts for my vests, because when you're riding or you're just out and about, those everything gets the wind destroys things. So I'm constantly buying sweatshirts. I purchased I didn't really know what it was. I thought it was a wetsuit at first, but I purchased a sweatshirt that was made to sweat in. My son found it and was like, "Can I have this?" I'm like, "Sure, go right ahead." That thing does not breathe. You would freeze. You would freeze here today, here in Michigan. It was 59 when I woke at 7:30. Excuse me. When I lived in Portland, Oregon, it took me 4 years to get used to the weather. And on the fourth year, I moved back to Southern California. I've been to cold weather places. I've actually been to Saskatoon, Canada, when there was so much, like it's the most snow I've ever seen in my life. But I didn't stay there. It's 56 here, and my daughter wants AC on. I'm freezing, open windows. We have really weird desert weather here, so it's extremely hot during the day and it's cold at night. I love the night weather. Low tonight, 48. Oh, that room. Oh man, I'm gonna be doing laundry all night. I love snow. Do you know what's really funny? I'm the same way, but I love visiting snow. I'm one of those people, like, there's all kinds of mountains and stuff here in Southern California where it snows that we can go to. But you go, you hang out, you eat some great food, and then you go home. That's the one thing I love about where I live, is that we can go visit the snow, and the snow stays over there. I like snow for 3 weeks, and it pisses me off. I come upstairs from work and my husband has the AC on. I turned it off and asked him if he was on crack. See, that's the thing. People they're used to they're used to where they are. We're all different. All of us. I'm from the desert. I'm from the like high desert, so I'm used to it being hot. Lows tonight will be 68 here. Let's see. Okay, we're past the time. I still have not figured out how to turn off every day at 6:30. That thing turns on and tells me the weather and says my town. Right down now, the darn thing will freeze. Alexa, what's the temperature right now?
Right now, it's 81 degrees Fahrenheit.
It is 81 degrees right now. I need to put my brace back on. All right. So I had a crazy idea because I found more fabric than I thought that I had. So let me grab my idea. Let me grab the fabric. So because I'm in my hood era, I'm thinking about putting a hood on a turtleneck. It's 68 here right now. It is perpetually hot where I live. That's the one thing I feel like when people are like, "Oh, I'm in LA," they never talk about the like how hot it is. I know, Tears for Fears, we're not supposed to talk about the weather, but it's it is perpetually hot here. It's 79 here. That needs AC, not 50. My air conditioner is set at 82 degrees because I'm a desert dweller. Anything below 82 is I don't know. I don't know. But the thing is like this and we're still in August right now. Where I live, it's consistently 91 to 95 every day. So it's so funny when I'm driving in my car, I'm driving and I'm like, I don't want to get out of my car because the AC in my car is glorious. Oh, I keep mine at 72. I have my AC on just on the fan right now, not actually cooling. And it also depends on where you live, it's perpetually hot where I live. So I'm scared to try this on. I made this turtleneck when I was probably like 20 pounds lighter than I am now. I made this gosh. I made this I want to say in the beginning of either this year or last year when I went through the turtleneck phase. I sew so much. If it wasn't for my computer, I wouldn't know half of the ages of half of what I make. Like I recently just put out a short and one actually it's the short where Mona liked my coat, which I will show you right now because it's here. That coat has to be at least 3 or 4 years old. All right, we'll see if this still fits. Oh, it does. Oh, I'm sucking it in so hard right now. My ribs hurt. And yes, so I'm thinking about adding a hood on this. I made at least 40 or 50 turtlenecks. I went crazy in the turtleneck era. I'm going to add a hood on this. I keep mine turned up when I run it 65 all day. I don't need heat rashes, and this is the first summer that I actually had energy. Turns out sleeping in 80 degrees room will make you lose your pep. Absolutely. Even most desert dwellers, we live in air conditioning. I forgot that this was stretchy material, so this still fits. Do you think so? I was going for that Assassin's Creed look because I went crazy making all of my turtlenecks. And this was actually the first turtleneck I made because I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea. So I made all the necks extremely long. And they bunch when I wear them. So I think this year I'm gonna remake a bunch of the turtlenecks. But I was thinking about see, it's on my eyes. I was thinking about having it like this because the mask mandate is coming back where I live. I don't know about anybody else, but the mask thing is coming back. See, it bunches if I don't put it on perfectly. In my bedroom, I have to sleep with the AC and ceiling fan on, though. Same. Even during the winter, I have a fan on. I have 3 fans on me right now. Mona, you are right, though. But I was thinking about going completely around the edges and when I make the hoods, I make them extremely giant, and I could be extremely liberal with the neckline because it'll also hide everything right here too. That would work a little longer. It will go over the head. Absolutely. And I'm going to make, I was so shocked. Can you hear my son? I hope he closed the front door. Billy Blanks is doing Taibo in my living room right now. He's in there. Oh. If they try mask mandates here in PA again, people will burn towns down. I'm starting to see signs everywhere again. So the Iceman is cometh again. And you know what? It's non-political. Where I live, like if like in and still to this day, there's a lot of places that you can't walk in if you're not wearing a mask. But I live in Southern California. But I've been going through a lot of my earlier makes, and there's some improvement to be made. But I want to show you something before I forget. When I say I'm on a quest to add color to my wardrobe, I'm not kidding. I wear black or dark blue and jeans every single day. So for going on 3 or 4 years now, I look for the most crazy bright fabric or the most eccentric fabric that I can find because I love the bright colors. And in some of my shirts, you'll notice how some of the clips are from years ago, and then it'll cut to my hallway and I have a gray beard. 3 years ago, I was not gray. Oh, they do mandate them at the hospital with RSV and all kinds of that of things increases when I think which I think is reasonable. Needing a mask to go into a gas station isn't. That's how it is here. Even in Nevada, I was really surprised. There's quite a few places that asked for masks when you walked in. Thank you, Mona. Do you know when you put your? I'm gonna comment. Excuse me. I'm gonna comment. I've been running around like a soccer dad all day, but I forgot when I put this on. So when I've told the story a million times, my grandmother was just as much as my father, my grandfather was a huge influence in my life. And when she passed away, I literally got most of the contents of her house, like most of the and she had a giant house. I took home her entire linen closet. For years I used things from my grandmother's linen closets for lining. This is a blanket. This is a literal blanket inside of this pattern. This thing is so hot. I forgot about this, but I used everything from my grandmother's linen closet, and this is lined with a real blanket. Oh, I forgot about that. Thank you so much, Donnell, for stopping by. Thank you so much. Oh, before I forget, please send me your email. And well, if you could put it in the chat, I have a crazy last name. So the second you see it, you'll notice it. Oh, looks so crazy. Oh, so cozy. Absolutely. I forgot that I lined it with an old blanket. I was on this really weird quest to make a snuggie. But every time I got near making a full body suit, I was like, I can't do this. So I ended up just lining everything with blankets for a long time. For a very long time. Oh. I'm actually excited this still fits. Because I probably would have cried on stream. All right, so I'm going to bust out my 6-foot table because that is the table where the magic happens, where I make my giant hoods. Oh, I have a new rotary tool because it was on sale at Walmart. A snuggie is just a robe with a hood. I'm gonna say I want one so bad. I honestly do not know why I do not have one. But I was just thinking about, I have a sleeping bag that I don't use in here. I should just sew a hood on the sleeping bag and just go sit on my couch. I think it's because I'm from that last era when people watched television and the Snuggie commercial. I would sit there and I'm like, I kind of want that. I kind of want a Snuggie. Wow. I have one. I love it. See? Okay. The next time I see a Snuggie, I am running towards it. It's the whole Vespa thing, okay? It's like people who ride motorcycles, they all want a Vespa. They just don't want their friends to see them on the Vespa. I want a Snuggie so bad. But if someone comes over to my house, they're going to be like, what are you going through? Oh. All right, I'm going to Amazon a Snuggie this evening. And the funny thing is that the Snuggie commercial is that one infomercial I kind of believe. Okay. Oh. Gee, William, why is your wrist never going to heal? I need to put my brace back on. Even my doctor was like, I could tell you what to do, but you're not going to do it. Oh, they know me oh so well. Oh, so well. I'm too much of a fur face for a... Oh, I'm too much of a furnace for a Snuggie. You know what, Gilroy? I'm actually a bit of a furnace too. And I have this weird thing where I sleep with sweatshirts on and I live in the desert. Mine is lined with Sherpa. I want one so bad. I want one so bad. My house is old, so wind blows right through it. Oh, whoops. It's a robe with a hood. How can you screw it? Like I said, I was thinking about putting a giant hood on the sleeping bag I don't use. Is anybody a camping enthusiast? I'm not necessarily a camper. I grew up in a family where I was the youngest and I got dragged on all my parents' crazy expeditions and they had a trailer. So I'm not necessarily an outdoorsy person, but do you guys like to go camping? I'm actually a camping aficionado. I just won't admit it. Oh, did I mess? I did. Wrong side, but that's okay. Perfect. I'm trying to straighten this stuff up. Beautiful. Laugh aloud, that would be cool. My ears get cold in the winter. You see? I like to camp, but no more tents for me. Because I'm constantly talking, my phone's listening. Last night, this strange video, and you know what's funny? How your algorithm changes when you watch certain things. But this strange video popped up with the smallest RV on the market, and it was beefy, but it's big enough to fit in a parking space. And I was like, I kind of like that. But it's more of a 1-2 person camper, you know. I'm over the whole RV thing. It's just like owning a boat. But then I see people with those fancy vans because I've been doing a lot of traveling again lately, and I see people with those fancy vans, and I'm like, I don't know if I could sleep in my car though. Like, There's no van life here in the house of sewing. I was thinking about getting something where I could, I'm thinking more along the lines of American Pickers. I loved that show. A lot of it was fake. I don't care. It was well produced. I don't care. I loved that show, American Pickers. I want a van like that. I want a van where I can drive around and buy giant sewing machines. Those are nice. They have outdoor kitchens in the back. Exactly. And that's another thing. I love to cook. It would be cool if I could travel with a refrigerator. Even today, I have a bunch of coolers, but they no longer sell small coolers with hard tops. It's all these weird thermos tops. It's just these weird mesh tops. I'm gonna have to look and see if I have an old Pioneer chicken or I had a bunch of really old Pioneer chicken and AC Delco coolers, but those things are so old. I don't know if I can trust them. Oh, I'm not gonna pay good money to pretend to be homeless. And that's another thing. I would only do this if I sold one of my trucks because I would need the space too. I would sell 2 vehicles before I did this. So it's not like something that I'm thinking of lightly either. There's a kid on YouTube that has a Beetle with a pop-up camper attached. Those are fun. Those are fun. I love stuff like that. It's true though. I've said this 1,000 times. And I respect the people that do it. In no way, shape, or form am I trying to badmouth anyone, but van life scares me. I had very threatening parents that would be like, hey man, if you don't go to college, you're gonna live in the van down by the river. And that stuck with me. So when I see van life, it legitimately scares me. And that's not a dig on it. There's space for everybody on YouTube. But van life scares me. The closest thing to camping I'll get is a hotel without a restaurant on site. And that's another thing. I think that's why I like going to Vegas because there's like affordable. Like I could show up and everything's like semi-affordable, you know? Oh, it's true, Mona. It's true. I tried. I fell into a van life, a kind of like a van life hole, and it scares me. It scares me. How's it going, AP vlogger? Great to see you. Great to see you. I hope everything's going well. So, needless to say, you will not see my so-called life hashtag van life. And again, this is not a dig on anyone's life, man. I've been there. I've lived like a hobbit. I've lived like a troll under a bridge. But van life scares me. Van life is people with master's degrees and too much money in the bank who want to pretend they're regular American. I wondered about that because there were these people who were traveling to all the national parks, and I would love to do that. I don't have the time. Oh, I would love to do that. I thought about it, but my fabric won't fit in a van. You know, it's really funny. I'm planning another trip, and this next trip, I'm gonna go to to the point where I'm gonna go when they open their doors. And I was thinking, like, how much, like, okay, let's say if I went there, like, I have space in my car, but I go crazy when I buy fabric, you know, and I know it's gonna cost a pretty penny. It's not like I'm gonna need a van, but I plan on spending at least a couple $100. And the funny thing is, in a place like that, you don't know if you're gonna get a bunch of stuff or just a couple squares. Oh, and my truck would never make it to Las Vegas. I would have to take a week off. Now that would be camping because that thing would break down quite a few times on me. Oh, that would be fun. That would be fun. Oh. Beautiful. I'm serious though. My parents were like, you know, stay in school. Are you going to live in a van down by the river? And everybody's laughing, but I'm scared. All right. Man, this stuff is extremely stretchy. So I bought 17 yards, $117. Oh, Saturday, their live sale is $7 per yard. Okay, see, that's good to know. So I'm gonna come with a couple $100 in my pocket when I go there. See, I need to know these things, but 17 yards is a lot, though. Because the guy who bought the problem is like when I find somebody who has reasonable prices, I go crazy. I'll walk into a place. This is why vendors love me, because I'll walk in and I'm like, hey, can I get 25 yards of that? And they're like, yes, crazy man, we will give you 25 yards of whatever you want. Oh, the national parks are either woods, rocks, or canyons. I've already lived in the woods. The soil has rocks in it, and a canyon is just a hole in the ground. Why spend thousands to see any of that? Oh, that's awesome, Mona. That's awesome. When I'm planning to go there on my next trip, I'm gonna go crazy. I think Kilroy, because I grew up in a city setting, the national parks are still breathtaking to me. Absolutely just amazing to me. But again, city slickers and their ideal way of things. All right, let me get my dress form. Perfect. Just enough room. National parks are beautiful and dangerous. Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you know the Grand Canyon was like that? It was awe-inspiring and dangerous in the same breath. Oh, before I forget, I was watching a video on the space shuttle yesterday and found out a division of Singer made one of the pieces of navigation equipment for it. And the original spacesuits were made literally by someone's grandmother on a Singer. It's actually a great story. I need to look into it more. Somebody that I used to hang out with would talk about it all the time. But the people who made the original Singer, I'm so sorry, the original spacesuits, they were all made on Singer sewing machines. I forgot about that. I should go. I applied for these crazy jobs. Like I applied to the Dodgers. I applied to the Kings. I'm like, hey, I know how to sew. And you guys sew stuff. I should apply to NASA. Oh, I would laugh my tail off if I got a job at NASA for sewing. Oh. Latex made the spacesuits for the Apollo program. There was this one story about like I have to look into it, but there was these three women and they made it on their sewing machines. Could you imagine? Could you imagine going into space with a suit made on a 1970s Singer? That is some moxie. Oh, all right. My style in sewing has changed. It's so funny when I look at certain projects and I see the progress that I've made over the years. Let me move this back a little bit. Perfect. Actually, let me move that out of the way because I have to let me measure it first, and then I will cut my hood for this. This is something that I thought of while I was sitting there, and I'm like, I'm going to make something cool. And like I said, with a lot of the turtlenecks that I made originally, I made the necks way too big. Nowadays, I always say trust the math, and there's a reason why. Because once you have your measurements, there's a reason why you measure yourself. I was not necessarily too sure what I was doing, so I'd always make things bigger than what they needed to be, but it came out cool. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more space to that. Perfect. Oh, excuse me. Everything for aerospace has always been at least triple checked. I know. I grew up in the aerospace industry because of my pops, so I have a certain reverence for it. But it's just a weird fondness, just like anything else. Like people look back at certain things with nostalgia. That's really what I'm doing. Because the aerospace industry is actually quite cutthroat, and it's extremely competitive and stressful. Even now, I know somebody because they've completely transformed the desert out in Mojave. The NASA, all that has moved out there. They've moved to North Carolina, all these other different places. I actually know someone who worked for NASA that has moved 4 times in the past like 6 years. All right, so I'm going to make this hood before I give away any more state secrets. I think this design is going to look really cool. All right, I don't have to make the hood that ridiculously big, but yeah, I do. I wrestle between should this hood be humongous or should it look like a character from Alien? I could move 4 times in my life, much less 4 times in 6 years. Wow. I couldn't move 4 times. The last move because they moved from out here to South Carolina, and I was like, "Are you ready for South Carolina?" And they were like, "No," but they're having a great time. They've been there almost like 6 months. They're having a great time. All right. Like I said, this was on sale today. So if my cuts look a little bit more precision than usual, it's because I have a brand new rotary tool. And somewhere in this room is a case of backup blades that I need to find. A while ago I asked myself like, why don't you just get a bunch of backup blades? And I did, and it actually worked out. But then I lost them. uh, SC is too hot for me. And that's the thing, like moving from somewhere like from here to somewhere like there, it's not necessarily a change except for the humidity. All right. I think I'm ready to cut this. I'm making it practical size. I think it's because it's white, you can't see it, but I'm making it a practical size. Nothing too ridiculous. Uh, is there anywhere like where you couldn't live? I had a dream to live in Alaska, and like I always say, I went there and I wouldn't survive through the winter. Charleston is about 30 degrees warmer than here right now. It's almost midnight and it's still 77. Screw that. It's like 80 or something here. But we do not have humidity. But it's like 80 something in Southern California. Beautiful. sorry, I saw that one. All right. So I'm going to clear my desk off. I went back to the Singer Heavy Duty because there was something else going on with a white sewing machine, and I was sewing and I needed something immediately. So I pulled my good, now reliable Singer Heavy Duty out. Honestly, anywhere but Pennsylvania, UPMC hospitals attract some pretty good talent, and I need it for my rare blood disorder. Totally understand that. In LA has certain specialties that people move here for. I completely get that. Like people come from all over the world just to intern and work at UPMC hospitals. That's crazy. I wish we had people with desire and drive like that here. People people come from all around the world to live here because they want to be famous. All right, let me move one of my million remotes. I forgot I have Sanford and Son playing in the background. All right, so I'm gonna pin this in place because the pattern is the same on both sides, and I want to keep the continuity of the pattern, so I'm not necessarily gonna line this. Like people come from all over the world just sorry, read that one already too. All right. That reminds me, the Olympics preparation is 100% underway right now. They're asking for like anyone that has any skill with scaffolding, with rebar, with anything. Should I go work for the Olympic Committee? It seems like, when the Olympics come to your town, it's a good thing because they revitalize your city. But we'll see what happens. I'm being optimistic, but I know what happened in Atlanta and the preparation that it took. And one of the reasons I bring up Atlanta is because it happened in my lifetime. And I watched they like basically kicked out all the undesirables. At least they won't have to build everything new from scratch. LA's got some serious event space. We do, and a lot of stuff. And they built a new stadium for the Clippers too. Have a great night, Mona. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm gonna have a crazy short probably at the end of this evening. I've been doing a lot of running around, so I do not necessarily have crazy things to do tomorrow. So I'm gonna have a bunch of stuff out. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great night, Pam. Thank you so much. It was great seeing you and Mona. I haven't seen you in a while, Pam. I miss all your lives. Whenever you go live, I'm watching, even if I'm in my car. Great to see you, Pam. Great to see you. Oh, right. Perfect. All right, let me check my notes. Do you know, it's crazy to me. First, it's weird to me that the 1970s shorts are back. But, of course, I'm Prudence Goodwife. I'm not showing anything. I'm not even showing my ankle. But also, Jankos are back in full force. Legs are coming here in 2034. They were also here in 2002. That's right. It was at Park City Olympics. I remember that. Apparently, they're adding flag football and squash to the 2028 Olympics, and they're bringing back baseball. I might have to go to the Olympics. I might have to dust off. I have a A USA jersey. I might have to dust off my Olympics USA jersey. In a weird way, I'm excited, but I'm also we already have traffic here. They're building another freeway to alleviate the traffic, but all it's doing is creating more traffic right now. And it's by my house and it's chaos. So I can't imagine how chaotic it's gonna be from when the rest of the world is here. And I asked my mom because she actually went to the Olympics last time that they were here in Los Angeles. She still has all the memorabilia, all this stuff. And I asked her, I was like, how was it, when the Olympics came to LA? And she was like, it was awful. So if it was awful in, what was it, 82, 84 when they came? Oh, I bet you Japan and some Caribbean country will win the baseball. You're not too far off, actually. You're not too far off. Japanese style of baseball is more fundamental than Major League Baseball. I love watching Japanese baseball. It's actually one of those extremely strange things that I watch. It is so soothing. Their crowds are amazing. The players come out and they're doing dances. I love Japanese baseball. But a lot of countries are catching up on a lot of things. And it always seems like we win in track and field all the time, but it's really Jamaica. It's when Jamaica's having an off year, that's when America wins. If the Middle East beats us, I'm jumping off something tall. America, like I watch the World Baseball Champions, and quite honestly, we always get beat by Mexico, Japan, and the Dominican Republic. And I mean, like, we're losing badly with Major League Baseball players. Baseball is actually quite an even sport and so I think they should bring it to the Olympics because it's more even than people think it is. Oh, I'm gonna use red thread. I'm gonna stop being lazy and I'm gonna use red thread. I have piles of it here. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if Team Saudi Arabia did beat us in baseball. All the countries are starting to catch up with us in most sports, even in basketball. I know America won the gold, but in the prelims, we almost lost to South Sudan. And I will admit, when it counted, all of a sudden we were up by 20 points, but we literally almost lost by 1 point to South Sudan. And they were asking for autographs. All right. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm more excited for the Valley because we have giant parks, just endless parks, and that's where a lot of the Olympic venues are going to be. So I'm excited that it's going to bring money back to a lot of neighborhoods that need it. And this machine is not plugged in. Figuring out which cord is which is actually quite hilarious at this point because I have cords everywhere in this room. Hey, rah rah, hello. We keep entertaining celebrity athletes that just know how to make lots of money instead of cream of the crop athletes that know their thing inside and out. I agree with you. Rah rah, hello, hello. But in America, it's always been who's the most marketable. Who can we make the most money off of with commercials and stuff? How's it going, Skits? Great to see you. Great to see you. I hope everything's going well for you. I'm excited. There's a ton of work already going on. Like I said, I wanted to go downtown, but then there hasn't been favorable news down there, so I'm not necessarily going down there. And I do miss Modelo Man, but he's in one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in LA. Oh. Would you guys go to a sketchy neighborhood for fabric? Asking for a friend. And the funny thing is people leave me alone. People leave me alone because I come stomping out of my car. Ugh. Awesome. Awesome. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm going to finish this hood, hopefully. I've gone to sketchy neighborhoods for everything. I'll take a dime bag and 3 yachts. Now that's a t-shirt. When I say that Modelo Man's shop is the last fabric shop in Los Angeles, I'm saying it logistically. It's on a corner where it is strategically the last fabric shop in LA. It's the weirdest thing. And I kind of found it by accident one day when I was circling looking for a parking lot, for a parking space. But where Modelo Man sits, it's in the beginning of the sketchy area. And like I said, most people, 99.999 people, mind their own business. LA is not what people say it is, but I'm from here, so I'm biased. I'm completely biased because I'm from here. So I do not see the same things that other people do. Bad boys, what you gonna do? And I'm not walking around with like rose-colored glasses. I know the place is not necessarily the most desirable place on earth, but they have affordable fabric there. Oh. And every time I psych myself out, it's never as bad as I think it's gonna be. And the news, they like to hype things up. And whenever I've gone to downtown or even the fashion district, it's quite cleaned up. The streets are cleaned up. Everything is beautiful. The industry itself is kind of feeling, but that has more to do with the economy and less with what's going on in Los Angeles. Well, as far as crime goes, it has nothing to do with crime. But like I said, I'm biased because I'm from here. Right. You could give the news an empty plot of land and they'd say that it was a drug den and crime haven. Exactly. Exactly. I miss Modelo Man. But like I asked someone that I know that still does outreach, and I said, "Is it that bad?" And they were like, "No." But this person has rose-colored glasses, such as myself. And you know, this is exactly what I did last time. This is the exact same thing. I waffled about it. I went back and forth, and then I ended up going and having a great time. But I also do not want to make the news. Could you imagine I get robbed trying to go buy fabric? That would be the worst story ever. And then when they got in my bag, they would be like, "What is this?" Well, these are bolts and rolls. Oh my gosh. So I miss Modelo Man, but he's in the heart of LA, like the movie stereotype part. I'm gonna go back down there. I am. I'm gonna go back down there. But like I said, I recently saw a video where I was like, oh, and the funny thing is, when this mob jumped a man my age, and when I saw the video, it's on the streets. It was near Modelo Man's shop. And I was like, I am not going downtown. I am not going downtown. Not for fabric. There's no way I'm going to get jumped for fabric. Not when there's fabric stores everywhere here in the greater Los Angeles area. But also, again, because downtown Los Angeles is a wholesale district, something I would pay $7 for, I'm paying $1.50, $2 for in downtown. That's part of the problem as well. So I don't know if the cheapskate in me is gonna be like, let's go. We'll see. Like I said, I'm waffling back and forth because this weekend I am not going to the San Fernando Valley swap meet. I have purchased hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of yards of tweed. Do you know what? I think I might just like Friday night, I'm gonna lock myself in my house. I might do a sew-a-thon. Should I do a sew-a-thon? I'll make a jacket and a pair of pants. I'll go for a couple hours. I might cry. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. So I'm gonna pull my pins on this. I'm gonna go around one more time because I was thinking about. I have all of this fabric. I have everything I need. I have lining. I have miles and miles of thread. So I think it's time for. I think it's time for a sew-a-thon. Do Saturdays, sew-a-rama, 6 to 12 hours of sewing. Oh. You know, I talk so much, that's like a coat and a pair of pants. To properly do a coat, it takes a while. It does. I do a lot of prepping before stream, especially if I'm going to make something intricate. I'll do all the sides, everything, the back. I'll cut out everything because it takes time. You're literally building what you're going to wear. A 6-hour stream. I could get a pizza delivered to my house. The pizza. I could show how sad I truly am when the pizza people would be like, "Hi, William. How's it going? What are you sewing?" Oh, good times. Good times. I think it's time for a sew-a-rama. So stravaganza. You know what? When I hit 1,000, I can't. Okay, I'm gonna say this because it's just Kilroy and I. And I'm gonna say this: when I hit 1,000, I will do a sew-a-rama. I'll do something crazy. Why not? Why not? When I hit 1,000, I will do my 1,000 like 6-hour thank you or something. I don't know. I don't know. I think I will. I'm. You know what? Because I do everything I say I'm gonna do because I'm crazy. I'm gonna do it. Oh, we'll call it that one time at band camp. And I'll go for 6 hours. I would need to come prepared though. I would have to have a cooler. I'd have to put a microwave in here. Even though there's a microwave in my kitchen. All right. So when I hit 1,000, I will do a 6 hour, if not longer, so extravaganza. That will actually give me enough time to finish all my old projects. Oh, something really was biting me. I'm like, something biting me? Oh, poor bug. Whatever you were, you're disintegrated. Perfect. All right. Get some pizza and wings delivered. Ugh. You know my feelings about wings. Just go to the store and get a whole chicken. My son is in a wings phase right now, and we'll go somewhere and he's like, I want 24 wings. I'm like, dude, you should have just got a whole chicken. See? You should have just got an entire chicken. And I have a Buffalo Wild Wings and a Wingstop near my house to the point where they're like across the street looking at each other. And there's a Starbucks in the parking lot and in the grocery store. I'm one of those people where I have a thing about peanuts and sunflower. Peanuts are more rewarding, but there's just too much work for sunflowers, and I grow sunflower. Too much work. I only buy boneless wings. I don't like the idea of paying for a bone that you can't eat. I like that. I like that. I like that way of thinking. I agree with you. I think it's because I was raised by a real life shopper and cheapskate. So I shop around, and I just don't, it's not economical to me, where for as much as money as you're going to spend at Buffalo Wild Wings, you can go to the grocery store and buy literally a whole chicken. And you know what's so funny? I feel sorry for my kid because we go to the store and I turn into Eddie Murphy's mom. I'm like, yeah, you can get that, but we can also make that at the house. He's like, he told me, like, let's go to McDonald's. I'm like, we can go to McDonald's, but we have bread, we have hamburgers. I am of that age where I have officially turned into Eddie Murphy's mom, where I'm like, oh no, I can make that. Oh. Oh. Right. Oh. Good grief. That's a Stephalanch is what that was. Yikes. I got my dog and shit picked today. How's it going, Dose? How's it going? Oh, I loved Mr. Rogers. Do you know every factory job I ever had? I would think I was at Mr. Rogers' show. I worked in this place where we processed breadsticks. If anyone ever knows what 1,000,000 looks like, we would process 1,000,000 a night. And I felt like I was in a Mr. Rogers episode, even though I was at a really backbreaking job. How's it going? How's it going? All right. So this is when penning is gonna help out. So my son and I have been making really poor choices at the grocery store lately. Hello, you. Hello, you motherfucking neighbor. We have been making really poor choices at the grocery store. And you know what's really, I don't know why I let my son buy these. I'm still kind of mad. My son bought watermelon cookies. And you know what the funny thing is like he showed them to me and I was like, man, those are gross. I don't think I saw them go through the cart. I don't think he walked in the house with them. I know I paid for them. I still haven't tried them yet. I looked in my pantry. We eat like emancipated 13-year-olds. Who's gonna talk shit back to nobody? Nobody. I loved Mr. Rogers. I'd never buy them. I haven't tasted them yet, and I have a sweet tooth. I do. I eat a lot of donuts. Like I eat an embarrassing amount of food. But like I was cleaning the kitchen today, and I was like, these things are ridiculous. Part of me wants to try one though. But I'm in my sweet tooth era. And then today, I didn't have creamer. I've been drinking my coffee black for a good 6 hours. We went to the store and we ended up buying cakes and all this other kinds of stuff. And I was in line and I'm like, wow, we eat like emancipated 13-year-olds. Only candy. I like our gummy bears. My love for sour gummies has come back. So needless to say, he is still the healthy one, but I'm the one who actually eats like an emancipated 13-year-old. And yesterday, I have the worst eating habits. Yesterday, I have a question. Does a chili cheeseburger count as a snack? I was hungry and there's a greasy spoon across the street. And I was like, you know what? This kid's working out. I'm going to be here for an hour. I went and got a chili cheeseburger and I ate it in my car and I got a large soda and I was like, this is just a snack. This is just a snack. It was a real burger too. When I say greasy spoon, and I say this all the time, in California, we still have hot dog stands. We eat here. And so when it's a burger, it's a huge burger. One of these days, I want to go to Walmart and order one of those 50-piece fried chicken boxes like they sell for parties and just sit there and eat the whole box. They also make those pizza with the weird cracker meal at the bottom. I don't know why that is so good. I have no idea why it's so good. Do you know there's a YouTuber I watch, and she had a video on last night where somebody said that Walmart was better than Target. I do not go to Target. I couldn't tell you. I went to Target I've gone to Target one time probably in the past like 10 years. Well, no, twice, because I bought a microphone that doesn't work there. I bought a weird lapel. It was a Rode microphone. It doesn't work with anything I have. I bought a dud microphone from that place. Walmart's been stepping up their game. Target's boring as I don't go and I've said this story a million times. The Target by my house, there's a famous Stanley Cup fight that's my neighborhood, where people were like elbowing each other, where you see the Stanley Cup display disappear like a bunch of locusts. That's my neighborhood. People talk trash about Walmart. I watch a YouTuber. She's called EJ Speaks, and I love her. She's a comedian. She's coming to LA. I'm going to go to her show. That's how much I love her. But like she brought up a really good point. But I don't go to Target enough to even have an opinion. Don't get me wrong, our Walmart is entertaining. And you might get roasted. You might get roasted. Somebody might talk about your shoes or something. I used to go to Target a lot, but once once everything got political, I stopped going to Target. If the store has mostly clothes, I don't really go because they usually don't have clothes for me. It's true. No, it's true. They but Target has changed so much. So much. Most retail chains have though. You know what? I wish I could adjust my microphone more than anything else. I'm gonna bring back my old mic stand. Target has too many bougie white women for. So the legend continues. I'm biased because of convenience. I live within there's 4 minutes. There's a Walmart in my house within 4 minutes. The one I actually go to is with 6 minutes within driving distance from my house. They call Americans fat and out of shape, but they still sell us Asians. I say that is true. No, that is so. If you get into a brawl over a cup, you're too bougie for me. Everybody, it's so weird. Today, there's somebody that I went to high school. He's the stereotypical, like, big truck, never takes it off-roading kind of guy. And it's so weird when I see him because we both have kids. Like, it's just weird when I see him. But he walked in with his Stanley Cup today, and I'm like, oh, they got you, bro. They got you. And it wasn't like, there's a vendor that I go to. She has a Stanley Cup. That thing is 30, 40 years old. And she'll tell you the story about how she got the cup. Oh. But they are fighting by my house. Oh, I'm going to have to take this brace off. I'm going to regret it. You know, I fractured my hand, but because I can still do this. Feels good to take that off, though. And it's not easy penning and doing the things I do, having a brace on my hand. I live in the land of yuppies, and it's not the kind of yuppie that you would think of. Crack must have been really good for you to pawn a Stanley Cup. The vendor I go to, she has a 30-something-year-old Stanley Cup, and she talks about it all the time. All the time. Oh. Perfect. That's when you know you're desperate for a pack of cigs. You know, I have never been one of those people. Have you ever stood in a line for a concert? A phone? I know somebody out there had to been in a line for a phone when the iPhone first came out. I'll never forget. I lived in Portland, Oregon 20 something years ago. And I was walking to work and I was like, why is there a line wrapped around the mall? And that's when the first iPhone came out. I'm trying to think. No, I've been to a bunch of shows. I've never slept in line to go see a show. Even though I will admit, um 2 years ago, I went and saw Belle Biv DeVoe at the Antelope Valley Fairgrounds, and it was me and everybody's auntie. I wanted to go see Belle Biv DeVoe. Bobby Brown was there. Oh, but I didn't spend the night in the parking lot for that one. Oh, that was a good show, actually. That was a good show. I stopped the lines during the Black Friday craziness. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. I went one. I like I've said a million times. I know I don't look like it, but I'm really good at math. And what they do is they'll have their set price, and before Black Friday, they jack up all the prices. And then when Black Friday hits, they're like, "Wow, you have all these cuts, all these sales. You're paying the regular price." So Black Friday is definitely a ripoff. Only time I wait in line is at the DMV for real. I forgot about that. I don't know. I've seen famous people have to wait. So where I live, they don't care who you are. Oh, good times. I tried to go a few hours early and still didn't get it. I said to hell with that. Black Friday is crazy. Black Friday in general is crazy. I live near a bunch of outlet shops, and those parking lots are abandoned except for on the weekends and when it's Black Friday. When it's Black Friday, you could drive by at like 9 o'clock at night, and there's lines everywhere. I don't have to even for as much as I'm a talker and I make friends everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, I meet people. I don't know if I have the patience for that. Even in the modern era with a cell phone, I would need like a spotter. I'd need another person because I'd have to walk around the block a few times. We go to a kiosk at our DMV. We can renew our license and use the same picture. See, it is, man, it's the ninth level of Hades where I live. It's unreal here in Southern California to get your license. I did Black Friday once. That was enough for me. I just, as somebody who's an obsessive shopper, I never got the craze. And I'm an obsessive shopper. If you saw my Amazon, you would be like, go get help right now. If you saw my Amazon, you would be like, sir, do you need to talk? But I just don't see the point to it. You got to get your Kodak taken every time here in PA. Same in California. California has harsh laws. I I got my license in a state. I got my license in the state of Arizona when I was young. It's good for 50 years. They don't do that anymore. It's basically if you were there during a certain time, but they honor their 50-year thing with me, and I don't have to go get my picture taken or anything. So my license expires in 2047. And I think most states should do it like that. But it's all about money. Like here in the state of California, when you register a car, it's like buying the car. Especially with my truck, as the years go on, I'm like, I might not register this thing this year because it's so expensive. To register a car in my state is the same that you would pay for a Honda Accord in 1995, a used Honda Accord in 1995. They want thousands of dollars, especially if you have what they consider a classic vehicle. And I don't know how a 1988 can be considered a classic. Needless to say, I'm trying to get the pink slip for one of my cars right now. California and we're in cahoots. We are not in cahoots. We're fighting. Oh, I think that's crazy how it's different in every single state. I like it how it's efficient, and still in Arizona they still do it actually quite efficient. Also, they don't do it as rapid, but in Arizona, like when you get your license, you get your picture taken that day, and they hand your license to you that day. But this was 100 years ago. My hoopty. That reminds me of the good old Yo MTV rap days, back when I used to watch when I was obsessed with television. And just making sure, Mr. Hands.
No.
Hey, um, we got to finish that cake. We've got to finish the cake. Pull the cake out, cut it in half. I want one half, you get the other. Man up, we got to finish that cake.
We're doing that.
Pull the cake out.
Fine.
Go pull the cake out. No, we're going to finish that cake, man. Mr. Hand himself. I just remembered we have half an ice cream cake in my freezer, and it's been there for a while. We will finish it this evening. MPA, they give you your license that day too. I've always wondered about that. I have always wondered about that. Man, in California, you're waiting 2 weeks to a month. Good luck. Good luck when you get your okay. I say I used to curse a lot, and I've developed certain things to stop cursing, and I say okay. We've got to finish the cake. Sounds like a code for some illegal scam. Oh, our freezer space. I'm running out of freezer space. Oh. And I'm back on my Eggo habit, so I need room for my box of Eggos. Oh. And that's the only way we're going to finish that cake, because it was so good on that day. But now I'm going to sit here and eat that whole thing. Oh, every DMV has the special license printing machine. I wish they did it here. It literally takes 2 weeks to a month. But it's always been like that. As far as I can remember, it's always been like that here. So I do not take it personal. Oh, I finally did not pin it to the dress form. And he looked at me too, like, oh, we got to eat cake. It's ice cream cake, man. Oh, good times. Good times. He's lucky. My dad would have just ate the whole thing and not said a word. At least I'm sharing. My father was about life lessons. He would have ate that whole thing and been like, well, you should have said something. Oh, good times. Good times. And plus, you can't just have birthday cake just hanging out in your freezer, you know. You got to be responsible and do something about it. Oh. Oh, good times. I had to renew this spring, and I was in and out in DMV in 20 minutes. That would never, ever happen. You're in line 20 minutes just to get a number. We got to get ours mailed off for the security staff. Wow. See, that's what I'm saying. It drives me crazy. Okay, so yes, I'm an I am an organ donor because I'm a nihilist. Um, I want science to look at my body and be like, how did we get here? I'm unhealthy. So if you can use any of my parts to save somebody else, go right ahead. But yeah, I always say yes to being a donor. But again, I don't have a fight in the game. If my parts are going to help somebody, like I'm not using them anymore. Nope, the idea gives me the creep. We've all heard the horror stories. I don't know if it's true, but it might be. But yeah, I'm an organ donor. But I also work in the do-gooder field. Like I work in a field of people that help people. So it just comes naturally. Okay. I have to separate the shirt from the giant hood. Okay. Okay. Now I know where I'm going and I will continue to sew. Perfect. Yay! Happy Maker, great to see you. Take what you need from me and cook the rest at 450 for 4 hours. If my body can help somebody, like please. I'm an organ donor, but I'm getting so old. Not sure the parts will be usable. I'm a born asthmatic who smoked for 20 years. Like if you want, if my body heart parts will help you, please go right ahead. I feel the same way. I feel the same way. Happy Maker, great to see you. Great to see you. Yay. Hello, hello. I'm making a weird turtleneck hood combo. I've been cleaning out everything and I found a ton. I found the fabric of something that I didn't have. I thought I didn't have much of, but I had a lot of it. So I'm shopping my own stash and finishing old projects. Okay. All right. Yay. Hello, hello. Hey, Ty, great to see you. Great to see you. So, Ty, are you an organ donor? I am. I am. Take it all, man. Oh, I like the striped fabric. Thank you. Thank you. It was a turtleneck that I'm surprised still fits. I put it on earlier and I'm like, oh, it still fits. I've gained a little bit of weight over time. I was born with a bad ticker. My eyes are starting to go. I smoke. I hit the booze hard when I drink. My steps got to be all worn out by the time I get to the afterlife. I I was surprised. Like I knew somebody that got cremated. I was surprised they did. Like you never know. You know. Yay! I knew that was I am, and I drive fast too. I am. I'm. Oh, yay! Yay! Hello, hello! I knew you were gonna say no. It's always interesting to see I have to get CPR certified every 6 months because of my job. And so they make us take the class, you know, and it's cool. Like it doesn't bother me. But that's always one of the first questions they ask. But I feel like the CPR people are like contractually obligated to ask you if you're a donor. It's weird. Or maybe they're just sizing us all up. Oh, yeah, hello, hello, everybody. Yay, great to see you as well. Yay. I'm CPR certified too, but I'm gonna let it expire. That's the one cool thing about my job is you have to have a ton of licenses, but if you work there, they'll work with you. We have seminars and all kinds of stuff in my job where you learn what you got to learn, you get your license right there. The CPR thing though is because I work with vulnerable humans. I have to be certified at all times. And so they make all of us take the course. All right. Oh, I'm like, where's the reverse on this machine? I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Oh, I think it's important to be certified for CPR. But again, I'm in a place where I work with vulnerable people that need someone who knows CPR. And I have not let my son forget this. In my son's life, I have given my son the Heimlich 7 times. Parenting is not for the weak. Oh, when he was younger, he was overzealous. I haven't given him the Heimlich in a long time. But when he was younger, my training kicked right in. It's the new increased chest compression that are exhausted because you gotta click, you gotta boop, 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 boop. You gotta hit that chest. I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly. When he was when he was younger, he was a bit overzealous. Oh yeah. I'll never let him forget it either. But I did it in front of my mom, and she still tells the story to everybody because she was like, no, boop. I was like, nope, we're doing the Heimlich. I do not play. How many animal cookies did he choke? The first time we were 3D chest compressions. Well, 30 plus chest compressions now. Yeah. And you have to click the rib cage. It's crazy. CPR is crazy if you really think about it. But and my son's not the only person I've given the Heimlich to. I've told this story in downtown Los Angeles. I worked at a Carl's Jr. 26 years ago, and a woman, she was choking, and I gave her the Heimlich in front of the entire store. So the Heimlich maneuver works. I was a first responder, but my job stopped paying for it. I think it has something to do with OSHA. Oh, wow. It is still 30 and 2. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let me see. The hood was kind of. Oh no, that's not the hood's problem. That's my sewing problem. And that was actually. I gave her the Heimlich, and I'll never forget because she was Russian. She turned around and she said, "Thank you so much." And she turned around and cursed out everyone in the dining room because they were watching her choke until I walked in. And it's funny now because this happened 20 something years ago. I was a kid, I was a child. But my whole point is no one knew what they were doing. They literally just sat there and watched her. Mm-mm.
The cake's out.
We help out your dear old dad.
How big you want the piece?
How much is left?
Like a good amount.
I'll take the whole thing.
Whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something we gotta finish it.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any younger.
I want some.
Oh, we'll cut it in half.
Already did.
We'll cut that in half then. Oh, I want half. I had a big man fall to the floor while I was walking him to the info desk. That's the worst when people drop. That is the worst. But it's a good feeling though when you help somebody. Oh, excuse me. For some reason, I'm actually good under pressure. I know a lot of people who freeze up under pressure. I gave the Heimlich maneuver to somebody in front of my son's elementary school. People were just standing there, standing around. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. Oh man, this is a work of art. I can already tell. Oh wow. Oh, he had convulsions? That's crazy. Thank you.
You're welcome. Also, yeah.
But don't be shaming people like that.
I'm just.
Oh, this is perfect. Oh, it worked. It worked. It worked. Oh, I love it. They thought I was his companion. No, I was just trying to help him find his doctor office. I had performed CPR on a baby when I was 21. We had a friend overnight and her baby died of SIDS. She woke up screaming, and I was the only one who was able to do it. Wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Dose, that's a crazy story. I'm mysterious. This reminds me of a G.I. Joe character. Yeah, absolutely. That's a crazy story. That's a crazy story. All right, let me switch my angle. Oh, wrong angle. There we go. That's the wrong angle again. There we go. Thank you, Happy Maker. Thank you. I had this really strange idea in my head, and it actually came out really good. I'm surprised the shirt still. I'm really surprised the shirt still fits after all these years. I can't remember if I made this a year ago or if I made this in the beginning of this year. But I love how this came out. We are team. Good grief. Good grief. Good grief. I'm not recovered from that story yet. Oh. Oh. Thank you. Thank you. This is giving me flashbacks of when we wore masks for everything. One of the reasons I made this is because I'm starting to see mask mandates everywhere again. So I have a feeling they're gonna bring the masks back. And you know what? I'm gonna walk into places like this. Oh, I love it. I love it. Do you know what's really funny? I didn't know how this was gonna turn out, and this turned out perfect. Oh, and I can still go with the turtleneck and the hood look. I look like I'm gonna give you some answers about something important. Oh, if I wore that to the airport, they'd kick me. I'm gonna take this off real quick and jump on my cake. Well, I have no issues dealing with the dead. I gave my grandfather his last haircut. I touch the bodies of all the time. Yeah, I'm weird. I don't think that's no. I don't think that's necessarily weird. Oh, I was with my grandmother when she passed, and it wasn't anything crazy. Oh, that's hot. Oh, be prepared to see that in a short near you, and I'm gonna add that in my Friday sows. Which I'm waffling back if I'm gonna make one this week, but I'm going to. Powered by cake. It was my son's birthday, and it's just him and I. I didn't know what size the cake to buy, so I bought him a giant cake. And I forgot about it over the weekend because it got covered by a few things. Is my excuse. It is definitely cake o'clock. I've had such a full day. My son's back in school. He had testing. We had to be there at 8:30. My son's homeschooled, so we're not necessarily morning people. He goes to physical school, but it's in the afternoon because we're not people. We're night people. So I've been getting up early. It's been crazy. There's crazy traffic in my town, but that's the life of a parent. My ex-husband thought I was weird because I had touched the dead of my loved ones. Keyword X. I think people put a lot of stigma on things and they expect you to live that. I'm different. I grew up and was raised by senior citizens, so I dealt with the circle of life at a very young age. I love you like a fat kid loves cake. I love you, cake. I love you. When could it not be cake o'clock? Not even a week in, and they're giving the kid a test. Oh yeah, and it's like full assessment, full it's full testing. And he has to wake up and go testing. 21 questions. Now I have that song stuck in my head. Oh man. Whoever invented ice cream cake needs a statue. We need to find who invented ice cream cake and we need to put a statue for that person. Oh man. Give him a couple bumps for breakfast and he'll raise his grades. Oh, he gets up so early. I think it's the whole MMA thing. He gets up at 5:00. He's doing he has this whole regiment now. I'm not gonna say a word. I want to see how long he can keep it up. Oh. Meanwhile, his people have rituals of biting baby goats on the neck while dancing through the city during a funeral. Boy, bye. Yeah. I've actually known quite a few people like that. Do you know what's really funny? Now that I've actually known quite a few people like that, Ty. Quite a few people like that. Somebody cheap ass parents who didn't want to buy pole. Oh. It's the greatest combination ever, though, Dose. The poor goats. There was one time in Mexico, I saw this man being mean to a donkey, and I told him, like, stop being mean to that donkey. He told me in Spanish, give me $5 for the donkey or get out of here. You American. Oh, I'll never forget that. I will never forget that. I'd run away so fast, I'd melt the bottom of my shoes. Oh, I was so traumatized. I've been quite a few places. I've traveled quite a few places. There are certain things I'll walk away, but stuff like that, I will walk away. Now, if they cook the well, that's a whole other subject. Do you know what's so funny? There's actually there's all kinds of farms and ranches around my job, because we're out in the middle of nowhere, and we have goats that are an army of goats that go and eat all the grass on the canyon and everything. And the owner next door keeps on offering me a goat, and I'm like, I wouldn't know what to do with it. They told me what I could do with the goat. See? Birria tacos. Oh, damn dose now I have. Hoopty stuck in my head. Oh, such a good song. This cake was such a good and bad idea. My son is active. He's in MMA. He's in high school. I'm a 40-something-year-old guy who sits in an office and eats donuts at work. I don't know if cake was a good idea, but we're here. Oh, that's so funny. Being in Ghana and they dragged a goat to the altar, I was holding 18 eggs and doing the two-step. See, but my grandfather used to always say, like, when you're in a different country, you have to respect their culture. You know what I'm saying? That's different. If somebody was doing that on my block, animal control would get called. Oh, you can get milk from goats. I had really bad acid reflux as a kid, and I had to drink goat milk instead of other milk. I didn't know that. I'm a bit of an animal lover. I'm not necessarily a tree hugger. So if someone offers me a goat, I'm like, can I keep it as a pet? Can I have it in my backyard? Will it fight a raccoon? I wonder if I get a goat, what scare the raccoon in my backyard? They'll probably join together and start a union. I'm so mad at raccoon. I would give it a chance first to see how he does my lawn. And if I still have to cut it before I'll eat him, it's not curry goat. Oh, I love curry. It'll do your mowing for you. I'm actually obsessed with curry. I could hear the poor goat claws on the tile trying to pump rain. Oh, I couldn't have a goat. And this lady next door, at this point, she's a bit aggressive about it, but she's been offering me a goat for about 9 years. I'm not kidding you. She's like, dude, just take a goat. Here, you want a goat? I'll give you a goat right now. Here, take a goat. And if I said, the second I said yes, she's going to grab a goat with a rope and be like, is this your goat? Well, you think I'm funny? One day you guys are going to tune in and I'm going to have a scared goat behind me. Oh, there's a side door. He can go in the backyard. There's grass back there. He gets the... Oh, absolutely, Ty. Absolutely. That's tough. You don't even get to pick the guy. Yeah, she literally is just like, here, you can have a goat. She thinks because we have animals that I want a goat. I would love a fainting goat. So a fainting goat so I can scare the shit out of every day. These goats are crazy. They're like we have hills everywhere. They're literally just on the hill. And I'm like, how did goats have no sense of gravity at all in any way, shape, or form. Goats are crazy. Tell you what, their sausage was fresh as the best. The best. Oh, that's so funny. There's been a few places, my father used to always say that, like when you travel, if you like what you're eating, do not look in the kitchen or just don't look in the general direction of where they made the food. Because if it tastes good, you don't want to know how it got there. And that was actually some great life advice. Oh man, cake was such a good idea. Cake was such a turtleneck with a hood and cake. I think I might celebrate with cake on every stream now. Says the guy who was in the mirror this morning. I'm going to lose weight. Literally 10 hours later, I'm eating cake. Mountain goats were cursed in a past life. They're crazy. I'm telling you, they're nuts. We sit, like, even my job is in a weird canyon, and there'd be some goat just walking sideways, and I'm just like, dude, that's the hard way. That is the hard way. I called my brother-in-law to grab another goat for the next day. That's crazy. Again, I respect all cultures. Because I've seen these people face to face. I respect all One meat I want to try is dog. My dad was stationed in South Korea and he tried it over there. He said it was pretty good. So did mine as I eat cake. Again, like you if you told me what it wasn't, I would eat it. But if you told me what it was, I wouldn't be able to. It's a psychosomatic thing. I have an American system where I'm not kidding you. If you don't tell me what it's made out of and I eat it and I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever. If you tell me that there's tripe, I won't eat it. I've had all kinds of crazy. There's something that I've had before I can't say on stream because I've heard someone talk about it and then their stream got taken. But they serve this in other countries. Oh, and I'm still eating cake. I'm definitely going to call this stream a victory because that turtleneck combo is amazing. I think I just reinvented something like Spans. They just hang out. They just hang out, holding on to the side of the mountains, having babies and torturing them. Wait, how are they making babies? Goats are amazing. At my job, it's a weird mix of everything. We fabricate, we help people. It's on a property. I do a million different things, but I also sit in an office, look out the window with my coffee. Where's my coffee? With this very cup, and I'm like, how did that goat get up there? What do goats do? What do goats do in the middle of the night? These are my thoughts. At 7:30 in the morning, I'm like, do goats sleep? I know they do. But they're the greatest lawnmowers of all time. Easy dose. The male goat gets the female goat at the edge of the cliff. And then he goes and does it. There you go. Goat Anatomy 101. See, we can be peaceful with goats instead of Greg Bryant and his evil intentions towards kangaroos. They're ready for whatever anyway. I'm not gonna do it. I promised my boss that I would not accept the goat. I think that's really what it is that I'm related to my boss. And so my boss speaks to me a little bit different than she would anyone else. And my boss will tell me, don't get a goat. But I'm leaving out about 3 words that my boss will say to my face. One day I'm gonna get a goat and just bring it in her office just to watch her throw something at me. Oh. But honestly, if someone offered you a goat, would you accept it? If someone offered you a goat, would you accept it? In many cultures, that's disrespectful. If you turn down a goat, they'd kick you out of the village if you turn down a goat. And I know I'm going to be dealing with this person soon because we've been doing a lot of clear cutting in the canyon because there's fires everywhere. So, and we have meetings all the time. And I know I'm going to be dealing with this person again. And it's weird. We'll be in a meeting of like 30, 40 people, and she'll walk up to me and be like, so you want your goat? Come on, it's time. And I'm not kidding you, 9 years. Probably longer. Oh my gosh, it's probably been longer than 9 years if I really sat down and thought about it. The zoning at my job is different than my house. Do you know where I live? You can't even own a Rottweiler anymore. And I grew up with dogs that were the size of horses. They're like outlawing big dogs. It's sad. So I don't know if I could have a goat in my house. Well, you wouldn't be able to be a mountain goat with those legs. I have sensitive ankles, don't I have. Oh, oh. I try. Pretty soon, all you'll be able to have is a burst. It's terrible. And that's another thing. I think it's weird that he doesn't have calves. He has bulls. I have big legs, okay? I don't skip leg day. That's where most of my weight is on my body. It's because I skate. Bounce rock skate. Well, that night, eat cake at 9 o'clock at night. Oh, 10 o'clock at night. Your slew foot would be. Being slewfoot does make me a bad goat. I would be a bad goat. Oh, I'm crying on that one. Oh, I'm crying. My slewfoot would make. I would just be that goat walking in circle. And having a pet goat. Oh, I can avoid taxes. Same with farmland. I don't know. I have a million tax breaks. I have a million. I have to check that out. You know what? Now that we're on the subject of slewfoot, I have to show you guys something really quick because I have a beef with YouTube right now, and it's not what you think it is. It's that they present me with the worst pictures on my shorts, with the worst pictures. Name your goat, IRS. I get a bunch of tax breaks because of all kinds of things. Even the generator I own gets a tax break, like all kinds of crazy stuff. So my taxes are complicated. I had a neighbor who had one donkey. They're taking advantage. Yeah, how loud was the donkey? There are certain noises that drive me crazy. When I lived in MacArthur Park in LA, everybody had a rooster in their backyard. Everybody. I don't know what it is. I can't stand living somewhere where there's 700 roosters. I lived in MacArthur Park. I'm not kidding you. When the sun would come up, every rooster in every backyard, every plot of land would start going off. Here in PA, if you have over 10 acres, you can get something called a homestead exemption. They'll cut your property taxes a bunch. I did not know that. I wish they had something like that here. So nobody wants to buy 8 or 9 acre lots. They want to buy 10 and over. That's hilarious. Oh, but what about all the people that have their their 8 or 9 plots? Donkey wasn't too loud. I've been in a place with like 15, 20 donkeys, and you could hear that. You could hear them half a mile away. Oh man. Yeah, I told my son, yeah, give me the biggest piece of cake you could find. Good grief. I'm definitely gonna check the zoning now because I grew up with animals. I want my son to have that experience, but I also can't have a wimpy dog. We have a raccoon around here. We have hawks. We have real hawks here that grab things and fly away with them. So I can't have a little dog. Interesting. Interesting. Sounds like you live with a donkey at least. He eats as much as one. My son's in that he's in that age where he can eat anything he wants. Anything he wants, and it just burn right through him. I look at him, I'm like, bro, that's almost 5 pieces of pizza, and he's still skinny, you know. And like the pieces of pizza are literally this big. Oh, the mailman fed him Reese's. Oh, our mail people are so scary. They all look traumatized. There was one guy, I loved that guy. Like, I give him water all the time. I'd give him Pepsis. I'm like, you want Pepsi? He's like, you're so unhealthy. Give me one. He's in the $1,500 grocery bill a month stage. Seriously? Speaking of which, groceries are crazy. That's why I'm like, oh no, we're going to finish that cake. Groceries are nuts. And I'm sure it's expensive where everybody lives. I'm not claiming anything that everybody else is not living, but it's insane. I'm going to different stores. I've turned into my father where I'm like, okay, it's Fish Friday over there. I'm gonna go there on Friday and buy that stuff on sale. It's Meat Thursday. I'm gonna go over there and buy the meat on Thursday. You have to shop around now. It's crazy. I'm gonna go put this in the freezer real quick. I'll be right back. Oh man. I'm glad I'm past the I can eat 10 plates of spaghetti in one sitting stage, tell you that much. It's insane. But he works out, he's got a metabolism. I will fall asleep on the couch. I will fall asleep on the couch. And you'll be like, is he waking up? Oh, he'll eventually get up. I can't do that. I can't do that. But says the guy who also eats like a pirate as well. So I'm not trashing it too much. But you know what though? I cook a lot, so having someone who always eats the leftovers feels good. Because no food gets wasted in the house when you have a trash compactor teenager. I was a lazy bum in my teens, and ate. I still ate like food was going out of style. Absolutely I think also I had brothers and sisters. I had competition, man. Don't be last to the dinner table. When seconds were available, we would be elbowing like in hockey. My son is the only child. He has no natural predators. He's he's sashaying, shantaing into the kitchen. Oh, I had nosy siblings. What you doing? Where you going? What you eating there? Oh, do you know? Is it okay? I say this as a weird etiquette thing, but is it? And I say this because I say please and thank you for everything. I'm overly courteous. Is it me, or are people less polite? Or am I just being sensitive? It's okay if you tell me I'm being sensitive. But as a whole, in society, do people please and say please and no thank you, yes sir, no sir, no ma'am? Or am I just being over analytical? But it seems to me that like people no longer say please and thank you anymore, or excuse me. And I'm not even to the point where I even say it in a rude way anymore. I'm just like, excuse me, excuse me. It's just weird to me. Maybe I was raised by pre-boomers, I don't know. But someone told me today that I am overtly polite and it's out of style. And I don't know. I didn't know how to take that. Am I supposed to walk around and be mean to people? I didn't know how to take that. I'm not overtly polite. I just treat people as I want to be treated. And so I do not walk around in a haze of anger. I if someone looks at me, I smile, you know. But it's weird to me. I don't know. It's just one of those weird things where someone was like, "You are overtly polite, and it's out of style." Is being nice out of style? Asking for a friend. And I'm seeing Jankos everywhere. I'm not kidding you. I'm going to close this place down and open up a Janko shop. These kids are wearing Jankos like it's 1994, 1995, all over again. It was so strange to me when I'm observant when I pick up my kid. Everyone's wearing baggy pants. Everyone. Sometimes I swear I'm in a cave somewhere. But a couple years back, when someone said that style came back, I started making Jankos or whatever. But I see them everywhere now. And kids, you know what? Kids follow trends. We all do. If I see something that I like, I'm like, oh, I'm going to make that. I'm going to mimic that. But it's so strange to me how certain styles come back and forth, but everybody's wearing Jankos again. All right. Been going for 2.5 hours. We came, we saw, we made a turtleneck with a hood. I'm actually quite awake, so I'll make a short for you. It'll be out in a little bit. Or tomorrow morning, depending on how froggy I'm feeling. Seriously, quite a few people have subscribed lately. I thank everybody for joining the mayhem that is the My So-Called Life channel. I am literally just a guy who hangs out and loves to sew. I share my crazy life and I appreciate everybody who comes and hangs out. I'm at a loss. I appreciate every single person that subscribes to my channel. I didn't think I'd make it. I didn't think I'd be even at the point that I'm at now. I sincerely thank everyone. I'll be back at it on Saturday. I'm gonna have a Friday sews out. It's been a really busy week, but I'm gonna make a Friday sews. So so keep looking out for your friend Old Man Sewing. I'm definitely going to be back on Saturday. I'm planning another trip, but that's just because the harsh reality of everyday soccer mom life has hit me like a freight train. We're back in full swing of school. And even today, I'm in the car. I was like, oh, I need a vacation. I need a vacation. So I want to thank everybody who stopped by. Ty, thank you so much for being here. Kilroy, as always, I appreciate you. Dose, thank you so much. To anyone who watches this in the future, I think you guys are absolutely amazing. Have a great night. I'm Audi. We need to bring that back. We need to bring back Audi 5000. We need to bring that back. I'm doing the same. Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate everybody. I'll be back at it on Saturday. I'll have a Friday shows out. Like I always say, reinforce your seams. I absolutely appreciate you. Be yourself. And I will definitely see you next time. Bye.